All right, you're welcome. Still on the introduction to plant propagation, and we are done with module 1. If you want to see what module 1 said, you can actually go down the video and check in the page. You're going to see all the videos are posted, all the topic we talked about on module 1. And today we are going to start with module 2. In this module 2, we'll be looking at the following. 1. The advantages of sexual propagation. 2. Disadvantages of sexual propagation. 3. We're going to be looking at seed. Then 4. We're going to be looking at seed germination. We're going to be looking at factors affecting germination. And we're also going to be looking at seedlings transplanting. Seedlings transplanting. So we're going to look at all these topics in this module 2. So let's move on. Advantages of sexual propagation. 1. Easy and save time. It's easy and save time. Sexual propagation is easy and it saves time. 2. Seed are stored for future propagation. So you can store seed for future propagation. You can keep some of the seed so you can propagate it by next season or next planting time you want to plant. So the next one is breed for new variety. When we're doing sexual propagation, there is tendency they must always have a new variety. You understand? You must always have variety that are different from the parent plant. If you keep seed or seedlings, if you keep some seed, you discover that the seed might bring a different kind of size of fruit, or it can be different taste. Maybe it might be sweeter than the other one. So you might have a different variety of such plant, or a different shape of the fruit or the yield. So whatever, it might be different, or the stems, you might have a different variety. That's all it means. Another one is avoid transmission of certain disease. One of the advantages of sexual propagation is it avoids a certain disease. Diseases are not transmitted, so it cuts off disease from the parent plant. So that's some of the advantages of sexual propagation, that it avoids transmission from parent plant to seedlings plant. So it's good that you look into some of this sexual propagation. That is some of the advantages you can see in sexual propagation. So you discover that diseases are not transmitted from parent plant to seedlings, and breed for new varieties. We have seed as stored for future propagation. It's easy and it saves time. Let's look at the disadvantages of sexual propagation. 1. The plant might not have uniform genetic. So the plant might not have uniform genetic. What does it mean? It means that the plant sometimes the fruit of the parent plant might be sweet, and seedlings you're propagating now by sexual propagation might not be as sweet as the parent plant. Sometimes the size of the fruit will differ. Maybe the parent plant the size are big, but this other one now the size will be small. So the genetic will not be the same. They will not have uniform genetic. Another one is take longer time for some plant to get bigger. So if you do sexual propagation, it takes longer time for some plant to get bigger. Some plants will take years, 4 years, 5 years, 6 years before they start even getting bigger, not talk of bearing fruits. And the last one is some plants take longer time before fruiting. Like I said, some plants take longer time before fruiting. When you're doing sexual propagation, it takes longer time before it starts fruiting. That's what some plant does. So you can see that when you do propagation by sexual means, these are the disadvantages. One, which is some plants take longer time before fruiting. Another one is it take longer time for some plant to get bigger. And another one is the plant might not have uniform genetic. So these are disadvantages that you encounter when you're doing sexual propagation.